Hello, welcome to Flex Fitness. Today we're going to talk about spine issues. We talked about anterior pelvic tilt. Already we're going to talk about posterior pelvic tilt today. So when we talk about posterior pelvic tilt, just like the anterior pelvic tilt, we're talking about weak muscles versus tight muscles. So we're getting an imbalance of where our spine is aligned. We want to have that neutral spine. So sometimes we're getting pulled this way and this way. With the posterior pelvic tilt, we're looking at more of a flat back where our bum's tucked in like this. So when that happens, we're looking at the weak muscles are the lumbar erector muscles along the spine. One of the great exercises that you can do to help strengthen that area, because it has become weak and it's pulling everything out of whack, is using a ball like this to do some back extensions. Now, if you want, you can put your feet up against the wall if you feel like you may fall off the ball one way or the other. I'm going to show you without using the wall here. We're going to bring our knees in like this, round around the ball, come up just so you feel that into your lower back and back down. And I want you to exhale with every rep. And get that nice pause at the top of that movement. We're going to do about 15 of those, and we're going to look at 3 to 5 sets of those, okay? And you can do that on a daily to weekly basis. Apparently my ball keeps coming in the video here. All right, okay, enough of that. So on to the next weak muscle is going to be your quadriceps and your hip flexors. For this one here, we're going to use a kettlebell for a goblet squat. The one reason I like this one a lot, there are other exercises that we can focus on these muscles, is that we're actually going to focus on the lumbar erector muscles at the same time, which is the other weak muscle we just talked about, while still working on our quadriceps and our hip flexors because of the mechanism of where we're going to hold this kettlebell. So we call this a goblet squat because we're holding it like a goblet up here at chest height. We're going to squat down, hold it, and back up. We want to make sure that we're not getting any curvature in the back, keeping our head up, keeping our knees behind our toes. And I'm going to want you to do 15 of those. That was a 35-pound kettlebell, so you can use lighter or heavier, making sure you're doing 15 reps with proper technique. Now we're into the tight muscles. Tight muscles here are going to be glutes and hamstrings. This is a great stretch that I like to do for the glutes is a pigeon stretch, and we're going to do a PNF version of it. So PNF stands for proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. So we're activating the stretch reflex organ within the muscle. And it's amazing when you do this properly how it actually releases with every time you do it. Okay, so when we want to do a pigeon stretch, we want to get on the ground, get our knees so it's lined up in the middle of our chest, and we want to keep those hips square to the ground and breathe into it. Once you've done that 2 or 3 times and you've kind of warmed up the muscle, we want to imagine pushing through this knee here. So as you find that end point, you're going to push, 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 push for 5 to 8 seconds, and then release and do it again. Push, 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 5 to 8 seconds. And already, just from doing that, I can feel that muscle in through the glutes releasing, okay? The last tight muscle here that we get are our abdominals, okay? And there's not a lot of stretches you can do to stretch out your abdominals, but one that's really great is called a McKenzie push-up. So the way we do that is we lay down on the ground, we get our arms just outside shoulder width, and we push up. Ideally, we're going until our arms are straight, but we don't want to sacrifice lifting our hips off the ground. So if you can just get to there and your arms are still bent, but we're getting a nice stretch, you'll feel this in the lower back a little bit too. We like to do that for 30 seconds, okay? Rule of thumb, all stretches we should hold for 30 seconds or more. For more information and great tips like this, just click on the link below. I hope you have a great day and take care.